What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Drew with Forward Reptiles, back with another video. Today's video is going to be a cage setup / review of the Vision Cage Model 221 to be exact. Before we get into that though, I want to say huge thank you to my boy Rob over at Uncle's Rob's Reptiles. I'll throw his Instagram up like right here. Go give him a follow, guys. Check him out. That's the homie right there. Huge thank you to Rob for hooking it up on this cage. I've been wanting a Vision cage for super long now. And if you guys know, you know they're not cheap cages. And I just haven't had the funds to buy one yet. You know, I got more important stuff. But anyways, huge thank you to Rob for hooking it up on this cage. He has some big expansions coming over at his place. Some new animals on the way. Some very dope stuff. So go check it out, guys. He hit me up and said, Drew, I no longer need this Vision cage. It's all yours if you want it. I said, say less, bro. I'm on my way. I swooped that thing up and I'm hyped to have it. Like I said, it's the 221 model. Here it is right here. I kind of already started to set it up a little bit. It's going to be from my Blue Tongue Skink, B-Roo. I'll show you guys her in a little bit. But let's get into this video. Let's start setting it up. I already put the substrate in there. Kind of got excited. Jumped ahead of myself before recording this video, but it's alright. Let's get into it. Okay, you guys. Here's the Vision Cage Model 221 right here. It is the gray version, not the black. Obviously, you can see. I prefer the gray. I think I really like the gray. Most people have the gray. It's what you'll see most commonly. Obviously, I took off the glass doors. Like I said before, I did start to fill it up with substrate, so you're not seeing the bottom, but it looks just like the top. The cage is 28 inches long by 24 inches deep, so 2 feet deep, by 12 inches tall, so 1 foot tall, which is perfect for what I'm using it for, a Blue Tongue Skink. Perfect for most lizards like that are similar to Blue Tongue Skinks. And then when we look at the inside of this cage, it has the back vent like most Vision cages have. I'm pretty sure they all have it. It has the tracks for the door, obviously. One thing about this model, it is one of the only models, I believe, that does not have built-in light fixtures. So that's a kind of a downer. If you want lights, you will have to install them yourself, which is what I'll be doing. And another thing, which I believe is pretty common on Vision cages, is they have these lips right here. If you can see, my finger goes in there. See that? So if you were keeping venomous in these cages, which is what a lot of people do, these are very common to keep venomous in. They're very, they're like the perfect cages for that. If you were keeping venomous in here, it's very highly recommended. It's not needed, but highly recommended that you fill this gap up with either styrofoam or spanning foam, something, so that the snake can't get up in there. And when you open up a door, you're like, where's my snake at? Reach your hand in, boom, you get bit by a little baby venomous snake. So that's pretty much the review of the cage. Here's one more look at it. The top of the cages, let me get up here. I have some stuff up here, so don't mind that stuff. But the tops of the cages have these little grooves that are going upwards. And you will not be able to see it, but the bottom of the cages have the same grooves that are also going upwards. So that from the bottom, they're negative space. That way, if you were to have two of the same models or two of the same size cages, you can stack them and they sit in place very well. My little dinosaur's up there. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the review. Let's get to setting it up now. Alright, you guys, here's all my materials I'll be using for the setup. It's really not much, keeping it pretty simple. Got the glass doors that I already pulled off the enclosure. Got my light fixture for my UVB. I got my drill bits, my drill gun, because I need to drill a hole to run the wires through for my light fixture and my heat pad. I got her water bowl. I just pulled that out of her old enclosure, as well as the hide. And I had a nice plant and storage just laying around, so that'll be going in there for her to spruce, make it a little pretty, you know. But that's pretty much it, guys, so let's get to it. Alright, guys, we're going to start with installing these little light fixture clips for the UVB strip. These little things right here. But I saw on a Will Nace video and I'm pretty sure Tyler Nolan also does it like this. They install these little light clips right into the lip that I was telling you guys about. They put them right in there so that the UVB strip fills this cage up with light. It's nice and bright, plenty of UVB going throughout the cage for the snake or whatever animal you're putting in there. Blue Tongue Skink in my case. So I think that's how I'm going to do it with this setup. So I'll try to record it, but I'm a one-man filmer out here, so I don't know if I'll be able to get a good angle for you guys to see, but we'll try. I figured it out, guys. I got the angle. I got you guys inside the cage. It's the best way to it's gonna be to film this. Kind of realized I was doing some test fitting and I might have fucked up a little bit. I should not have filled this up with substrate so soon. I should have did the light fixture first and then the substrate, because it's gonna be a little awkward screwing it in upside down, but that's all right. I'm gonna get it done. Might take me a little bit longer, but I'll probably do a time lapse. I am gonna do a time lapse, so cue the time lapse now. All right, you guys, you saw that was hard as shit for me, dude. I was struggling, you guys. Got substrate all over the place, all over me. I got to get smaller screws. I don't really like how this turned out, to be honest. The screws were a little long, so they did poke through the cage. I feel like I ruined the cage, kind of, but it is what it is. I'm going to make do with what I got done so far, so I can always fix it up. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to pop this in and then run the cord. I still got to drill the hole back there to run the cord through. That's simple. Just drill a hole. And then, yeah, start throwing in the hide, the water bowl. That's pretty much it, guys. Light fixture is already in. Got to put the heat pad. The heat pad's easy. Just slap that on real quick on the thermostat already. And then, yeah. All right, you guys. I got the light fixture in there. Super hard to get it in there. Such like the gap was so weird to fit the light and those little clips in. It was hard to do. I want to try to slide it down a little bit more so that the cord isn't bent on the end right here. There's some gap, but just to give it some more, if I'm able to slide it down, I will, but it's hard. It's in there like tight. It is what it is. I'm going to drill a hole now for the wires to run through for the heat pad and UVB bulb, and then start putting in the hides, water bowl, and glass doors, and that's pretty much it. So let's do that. All right, you guys, I just finished drilling that hole in the back for the wiring to the heat pad and the UVB bulb. I didn't record it. It's nothing really crazy, nothing really too interesting to see. Just drilling a hole back there. Simple, quick, easy. But this is what I was talking about, what I didn't like with the light fixture. The screws that I used are kind of long, so they punctured through the cage actually, which isn't like a huge deal. I can always just get smaller screws or just take a grinder and file these down, make them nice and smooth with the cage, that's probably what I'm going to do instead of hassling pulling it down, the light, pulling it down, and having to struggle putting it back in like you guys saw me do. But yeah, there's the hole. I'll show you guys why I drilled it. Here's the plug that goes into the UVB strip. Let me get this. You see? Slides right through there. Easy peasy. But it's going to be coming the other way. And then I'll be using electrical tape to keep it up in place. And then it'll run right to the UVB strip. So let me put this up. I'm going to run it in from, like I just said, run it in from the back. I'll put the tape on. And then you guys can see it on. So let's do that. Alright, you guys, I just got the UVB strip all wired up. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see good. The cord is running through the hole in the back right there. So it's already daisy chained to all my other UVB strips on my iguana enclosures. So turns on and off with all the other cages, so keeps it real easy for me. All I gotta do now is just tighten up the cord. I'm gonna be using this aluminum tape to put the cord nice and tight along the edge, along the top. And then tomorrow, the next day, I'll be going to get a radiant heat panel. I kind of changed my mind, you guys. I'm not going to be doing heat pad. I'll be doing a radiant heat panel. I like the way they look. And I think it's going to be what's best for this cage, to be honest. I'm not really too worried about Biru having heat right now in this cage. We're in springtime. My reptile room stays really hot, so it's plenty of warmth in here for her. And this cage will get plenty of heat from this cage below. So I'm not worried about her having heat right at this moment. She'll be totally okay, you guys. Don't worry in the comments. Don't say I'm not giving my animal heat. You guys can see I'm getting hot in here. But let's get to tightening up this cord. All right, y'all. As you guys can see, I got that aluminum tape in there, holding the UVB wire nice and tight against that back wall. The hole's open because, like I said, I'm going to be installing a radiant heat panel up here. So I have to run that wire back through that hole, and then I'll probably close it up then. I'm not really too worried about it. It's not like Biru can get out through that hole. She's a big-ass Blue Tongue Skink. But that's pretty much the cage setup. Let's get into the decor and get Biru's crib MTV ready, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. I'm going to get it nice and pretty. Like I said, throw her water bowl, her hide, throw that little tree in there. And tomorrow morning, once the lights turn on, because like I said, it's daisy chained to all the other lights, so it turns on when everything else turns on. And right now it's nighttime, so everything's off. All the lights are off. So I'll give you guys a little update in the morning once it's looking nice and bright and pretty. But let's throw that decor in there. All right, y'all, here it is. I got the water bowl, the hide, and the plant in there. It's pretty much all the decor I'm going to be putting in for right now. Like I said, keeping it real simple. But before we can call it complete, we do got one more thing to add in there. And that is my girl, Biru. This is my big old girl, my big old Blue Tongue Skink. She's an Indonesian. She is a female. She's scratching me up, so I'm going to let her get in. Enjoy your new home, Biru. All right, you guys, we're back in the reptile room. It is the following morning. All of the lights have turned on in the cages, including the vision cage that we just set up right here. And as you can see, I'm very pleased. That light is really filling up that cage, getting it nice and bright. Plenty of UVB going throughout the whole cage. Here's my girl, Biru, showing off that pretty face for you guys. But yeah, she seems to be loving her new setup, and that's really all that matters to me. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. Like I said, just keeping it super basic with the decor. Nothing too crazy, just the basic necessities to get her feeling comfortable. Eventually, I'll probably throw in like another branch or something for her. But yeah, before we get out of here, I want to say a huge thank you to Rob one more time for hooking it up on this cage. It wouldn't be possible to make this video, this review, this setup without you, bro. So huge thank you to Rob. And I hope you guys enjoyed the review setup of the Vision Cage Model 221. I hope it gave you guys some good tips and pointers on how you can modify the cages to adjust to whatever animal that you'll be housing in there, like I did for my Blue Tongue Skink. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.